Hello YouTubers, subscribers and friends, welcome to my channel. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm on my way home, and it's probably been about almost 2 years since I've been in this area, and there's a lot of huge saguaros over here. Today's video is going to be about saguaro ribs. As you see right there, that is the inside of a saguaro. I've talked about this many times before. As you saw at the beginning of the video, those sculptures are made out of ironwood. And there's so many beautiful ironwood sculptures made from the ironwood tree that I have seen over the years. And last week I showed a video of a fallen saguaro and what it looks like on the inside of saguaro ribs. And somebody asked me, what can you do with saguaro ribs? And I said, well, that's a good question, because I don't think I've ever talked about what you can do with saguaro ribs. I've talked about ironwood, what you can do with ironwood many times. And as I was thinking about that question, as I was driving home, I remembered there's another fallen saguaro over here. And like I said, I have not been over here in probably about almost 2 years now. And I saw this saguaro on the side of the road in somebody's driveway as I was coming home, or driving on my way home. As you can see, people can do a lot of things with saguaro ribs. It's just your imagination is your own limitation. I've seen people make lamps, furniture, accents, wall art, gates. It's just your limitation is your imagination. So I wanted to come over here because, like I said, this saguaro fell over almost about, not exactly 2 years, probably 1 year and 10 months ago is the last time I was here. And as you can see here, how long it takes to decompose. I do not see any saguaro. Well, there's some saguaro ribs right there. And I measured this. I'm pretty sure that this was like 35 feet from there all the way to the tip down there. And people have made, you know, tables, coffee tables out of these saguaro ribs. As you can see, this thick part of the saguaro rib right here, this is very, very tough. You gotta be careful because snakes like to hide under there. Use them as shades. And depending on the area of the saguaro, is very, very thick, because these things can get up to be like 4 tons and 60 feet high. And then it thins down as it gets to the top. And as you can see, the arms here, the arms are very thin. Like I said, people have made lamps out of these. You know, it just depends on your imagination. You know, if this was in your yard and you were a very creative person, you could take these saguaro ribs and you can make whatever you want out of it. You won't get in any trouble. But being that it's in the desert, it's illegal to take this stuff out of the desert. So let me find a piece of saguaro rib here and show you a closer picture of it. All right, this is very light wood. Here's what the inside of a saguaro rib looks like. This was laying right here by this farm here. It's very light, like kind of like almost like balsa wood. It's very flexible. I've seen some people make walking sticks out of saguaro ribs, but they use the bigger part of the saguaro rib, like maybe like this thick part right here. I'm noticing there's a lot of trees and a lot of saguaros with ribbons wrapped around them. Inside this saguaro, there's like a spongy material. I guess when it freshly falls over, it's like a sponge. I guess this is what holds all the water. This is the inside of the saguaro rib here. Can't get any closer. This is like all hollow inside right now, but when it's alive, this is all solid with this sponge-like material that turns into like sawdust. Once it hits the air, it starts decomposing. Yeah, so like I said, this has probably been about a year and 10 months since the last time I was here. It is so hot, my camera is getting hot. It's saying batteries overheating. I miss my Sony cameras. I sold all my Sony cameras. I had 3 Sony cameras. I sold them all. Sold my golf clubs. I miss all of them. This camera right here is a Panasonic my son bought for me. But I don't think it's that as good as a Sony camera. I miss my Sony cameras. I've never had a problem with the camera getting hot or overheating. But it is hot out here. Like I said, it's 110 degrees out here. But let me throw this back over where it was. Come back over here to show you this is a bird's nest. I know I've showed these many times before, but it's funny because they all come in weird shapes and sizes. Here's one here. This is what's inside the center of the saguaro cactus. There's another one right there. Yeah, so I just wanted to make this video to show people, because I talk about the ironwood all the time, and I don't ever remember talking about what people do with these saguaro ribs. Some people make fences out of these too, like the ocotillo. You know, they use these as the artistic part of the fence or gates. All these have saguaro ribs in them. As you can see here, this is an arm that's decomposing. This is part of the saguaro rib here. It doesn't smell or anything. Here's another one right here. And they call them ribs because it's exactly what it looks like. It looks like somebody's ribs. You know. This is very interesting. I always like to show people and teach, you know, as much as I can about the desert. This was a gigantic saguaro. There's a lot of big saguaros in this area. I see there's some barrel cactus over there, some flowers. It's getting that time of the year. Summer's over, fall's here now. And soon the barrel cactus will not have any flowers. I'm surprised that they still have flowers this late in the year. Look at that saguaro right there. It has a tag on it. I think they're going to build homes here, because there's a new subdivision next over there, and there's houses there, and there's houses all back there. This land used to be for sale, and the for sale sign is gone now. Here's beautiful flowers. There's another giant saguaro over here. I want to go hike over there. I gotta let my camera cool down a little bit first though. This is what the inside of a prickly pear looks like. Kind of looks like something you would see in the ocean, right? Something you would see at the bottom of the ocean is what it reminds me of. So here's another prickly pear in the process of deteriorating, decomposing. As you can see, the tough skin here, and then as you can see, it's breaking down into this stuff like this right here. And at the same time, there's a cholla cactus there that's died, and this is what this looks like. The cholla arms, the cholla skeletons. And I've talked about this many times before. People make furniture out of these lamps, mostly lamps. Yeah. Very beautiful during their lifetime when they're alive, and that's a cholla cactus right there when it's alive. And then when they die, people turn them into beautiful creations of all different types of artistic stuff. So let me go over here and see if this giant saguaro is over here still. It hasn't fallen over, because with these Arizona winds we've been getting, you know, these things fall over. So here's the other saguaro here. This is the gigantic. This thing's probably 60 feet tall. It is huge. Although you may not think so on camera. When you see these monsters in person, they are huge. from here to there is 18 feet. I've come out here and measured this one before. It has a ribbon around this also, so they're probably going to move these when they build a subdivision here. I gotta tilt my head all the way. This thing is actually swaying a little bit. It's a little breeze right now. Gotta watch out for snakes. Yes, snakes are still out. I see snakes out in the desert still, like all the way to the middle of December. So, although they're not as aggressive as the weather starts cooling, but they're still out. And as you can see, there's a Saguaro Rib right up there in the middle of that arm. I've seen some saguaros that have no holes in them at all, and then I've seen some that have like 30 to 40 holes up and down the whole freaking saguaro cactus. They're amazing. If you ever get a chance to come to Arizona and check out saguaros, the videos just do not do them justice. I gotta head back to my car, probably 20-minute walk that way. But I did see a gigantic saguaro that had fallen over here. Let's go take a look at that one. So what happens when they build a subdivision in a place like this that has a bunch of dead saguaros like this? What they do is, I've asked the people when they're building homes before what they do with them, and they said they donate these to nurseries. My mom has one like this in her yard. It fell over and she turned it into a bench. That thing is pretty heavy. Pretty big too. As you can see, you can cut that base off right there and then flip it on this to the roots and then put a tabletop on top of it, and you could turn that into a coffee table or an end table. It probably fell out of this hole right over here. There is another one I saw over here, so since I'm going back to my car, let's walk over there. Look at that one. I've had people tell me, man, I wish I could get some saguaro ribs. But like I said, you cannot take this stuff out of the desert. This thing would be a beautiful bench to make. Set it on some big fat natural rocks. Turn this into a sitting bench in front of a fire pit. Here's more of this black sand. Black sand is everywhere. Uh-oh. Looks like a freaking snake track right there. Alright, well, let's head back to the car. Look at all these trees and saguaros with ribbons around them. They're going to be building here soon. I've been hiking on property like this before in the past, and as soon as I see these ribbons around it, it's just within weeks they start clearing out the land, start building homes. Here's another feral cactus with flowers. And there's another little one over here. It's always nice to come out in nature and see this beautiful.
Oh, see the beautiful flowers in nature. Oh, some sauce.
Alright, well, here's another one that's fallen over. I have no idea when this fell over, but it looks like it's decomposing at the same rate as the other one. That one's probably, let's see, about 10, maybe 30 feet. You're probably thinking to yourself, man, I love them saguaro ribs. I would like to have some saguaro ribs. If I move to Arizona, can I get my saguaro ribs? Well, you don't have to move to Arizona. If you want to get some saguaro ribs, just go on to eBay or maybe Amazon and just type in saguaro rib art or lamps. There's a big feral cactus right here. There's a piece of saguaro rib right here. This one's got some flowers on it. And just type in, you know, Saguaro Ribs Furniture or Accent Furniture. I'm pretty sure you can find that stuff on eBay, and then you can just buy it legally and have it shipped to your house. There's another one right here. Well, if you like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs up. Learning about the Arizona desert, you know, leave me a comment down below. I respond back to all comments that YouTube allows me to see. And if you haven't subscribed, you're new to my channel, smash that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, it's free. And somebody asked me one time, what is that I say at the very end of my video? They can't understand what I'm saying. And I end it like this: if the Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, I'll see you in my next video. I'm gone. That's what I say. I'm gone. But I say it like this. I'm gone.